Hello wolves and welcome to another vlog. Today I'm looking forward because this is one company that is the biggest success story in the world, Amazon, and they just released their Q2 numbers, which are beating in revenue and which we will discuss in detail. If you are new here to this channel, make sure you subscribe because we're talking about business, stocks, money, and of course, if you are back, welcome back. I'm so happy that you are subscribed to this channel and seeing all these videos. Make sure for the YouTube algorithm to hit and smash the like button. And we are diving in right now. So Amazon is one hell of a company, all right? Because they are actually one of the top few companies in the world that could grow within the last 20-30 decades to the most valuable company, and especially Amazon is like a bulldozer, okay? When they enter a market or an industry, they making sure that they are becoming number one. So it's an ever evolving company, starting, with e-commerce. They started with e-commerce with books that I also, if you're interested into a little bit Amazon's history, then go to one of my other videos because I already make a video about Amazon and Prime Day. But they started in the e-commerce space and they grow from the e-commerce space and they destroyed retail businesses, the physical stores, and everything what was in their way. They make companies bankrupt because they put price tags that other companies could not hold in the e-commerce space even. And then they suddenly saw that through their huge e-commerce appearance, they needed lot of online storage and computing power. So then they said, hey, we should be in this business. So they are actually invested a couple of years ago in Amazon Web Services, shortcut AWS, which is very, very successful, and they're growing almost 40% per year. It's an $8 billion business for Amazon, and their companies and customers are like Google and other big companies, or also smaller company. A big part of the online storage and hosting business is with Amazon meanwhile. And then just a couple of years ago, they saw, hey, so many people coming, millions and billions of people coming on our website and searching for items and searching for reviews and so on. Why not do the same and enter into the ad business like Google do? Okay, because Google has 85% of the market share of online advertising, and this is not what Amazon would see. So they're entering the ad business on their website, on their services, and so on. If you have Amazon products, they will pump you in with video advertising, and this is a huge growing another $1 billion business for Amazon, which is very interesting. So you can see they are entering markets and they are destroying it with their size. This was the master plan of Jeff Bezos to build a huge mega empire in the internet business. He actually entered this business when he saw the growing numbers of the internet. So he built this empire, which is amazing. And the US government is not very happy. Have a look.
If you look at Amazon, although there's certain benefits to it, they've destroyed the retail industry across the United States. So there's no question they've limited competition. There's areas where they've really hurt small businesses. So I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all, and I don't have an opinion going in other than I think it's absolutely right that the Attorney General is looking into these issues.
So summarize before we going into the numbers of Q2 for Amazon. I like Amazon because they are just so forward-looking. They are very customer-orientated, and also they are looking into this future projects. They are making crazy things like flying zeppelins as warehouses because they think, hey, what's the most important in our business? So the most important business is the warehousing next to the client. So let's have flying warehouses so we can be everywhere and flexible. Plus, we don't have to rent space and to make the last mile transportation. They make a lot of investment in this kind of future projects and also what is best for the client. They announced the 800 million investment into free one-day delivery for all their prime customers. You know, they are thinking number one is happy customer. This is what I like in companies. And they also, with this flying warehouses have drone delivery, which they work on. So very, very interesting. So if you want to summarize Amazon in one sentence, then it is investing in the future. So while this company is so big and you think, they can grow only a couple small one-digit percentages, no, that's not Amazon. Amazon from last year, so year over year, same quarter, grow 20% in revenue, and this is ridiculous. And this number, you see really this investment. So Amazon is very, very known into getting all of the profit and to invest more and more into the future. And of course, this pays off. The revenue is growing more and more. Unfortunately, for investors or the people who are looking into the profits, the margins are also smaller and smaller. You have seen a lot of years where Amazon had the margin of only 1%, considering the profit that they made, increasing profit over the last 4 quarters, which this quarter is interrupting it a bit. So that's ridiculous. This growth numbers in this big company, that's really, really good for Amazon. So the net income was just $2.6 billion. This was, again, one of the slowest, quarters since the last 4 quarters. So, people who look into the profits only or mostly into the profits or say companies have to make profit, there's a decline over there. The Amazon Web Service business part is the most lucrative business for Amazon, and they are growing 37%. This is much more than the earnings that the analysts expected. And also, another big player in this business is Microsoft with their cloud computing services. And this seems, we will look into the earnings for sure here as well on this channel. So thumbs up if you want to watch more. And this numbers, this high growth in this industry is for sure impacting Microsoft. We will see about that. Just in June, the Federal Trade Commission announced that it will look into Amazon, Google, as well as other companies like Facebook who are in this ad industry, because they're thinking that due to the size, the companies can talk to each other and adjust their ad prices with each other or according to other, and don't give the customer a chance to have a fair options on the market for advertising. So this will come, definitely was mentioned here as well in the earnings, but they don't put anything on the site yet for that. This is what they actually stated in the earnings this quarter as well. They say that, through the new Amazon Prime Day that they hold for 48 hours rather than 36 hours like last year, so longer Prime Day, they're expecting a very, very strong Q3 revenue growth, and the analysts was expecting around something 67.3 billion for next quarter guidance, but that was crashed by Amazon. They just said that they will have something in between of 66 billion to 70 billion, and this is 3 billion more than the analysts expect as a guidance. So we can be very, very curious what will happen in Q3. So if you are thinking about the future and the guidance of Amazon, there's a conference that CEO Jeff Bezos did in in June about the Mars project, and they want to launch 3,200 satellites into the air because they think that it's important that more and more people gets internet so they can use the services of Amazon. And finally, let's dive into the stock and the future of Amazon. I believe the future of Amazon is bright. I love companies that invest into the future. I love companies that, have this crazy future projects and investing a lot of their money to make the number one, the customer happy, to create a great product. So this is Amazon, Tesla, and companies like that. I love that, okay? And I also love if you smash the like button, because this will bring me up in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for that. If you were looking into the shares of Amazon, they are roughly 30% up this year already. And that's more than the 20% that the S&P could grow. And let's go into the PE ratio, because PE ratio at Amazon stock is just ridiculous. The PE ratio as of this recording is almost 100, guys. That's one of the highest one that, I saw ever in this stock. But this has for sure the reason because, Amazon tried to have the profit as low as possible because they are investing so much into the future. That's why the earnings are very small considered to the price of the stock. And of course, this valuation is already close to $1 trillion as well. So it's quite high if we consider this ratio for evaluation. And last but not least, we're looking into one of my favorite measurements if we're looking into the PS ratio. This is around 4, which is okay. As I said, the PE ratio might seem to be high, but the PS ratio is quite regular. So PE ratio, of course, high because the earnings are very slow or kept very, very low to invest in the future, which, who would like that, except you are a very old company and your growth is limited. Then of course you want to put as much as earnings and profit to the customers back and to the shareholders back. So let me know what you think about Amazon. I think it's a very interesting game for the future. If you ask me, would you invest into the stock? I would, because, I love Jeff Bezos. I love the mentality of the company. I love which projects they are going to have. Their growth rate for this kind of company is ridiculous in this size, and they have still a lot of potential coming. Things like Amazon Web Services are just getting to further be developed and grow. So enjoy, and don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side.